myself. My name is Tina, and I'm also a member of Family Theatre Collins for 3 years. And now I'm going to tell you something about Gios. The location at Gios is very important, and it's deeply connected with to our project, Crow's Flight to Freedom, because this area was the last rest area for refugees of Crow's Flight before crossing the river Sava, as Mika already said before. And it's also very suitable for our International Day of Friendship in September. So what Gios is? Gios is, it means geometrical center of Slovenia, and its technical geodetic point, which indicates the center of Slovenia. But due to the irregular shape of our country has a shape of a chicken. Yes, of a chicken. Yes, and that is why the center point is very hard to calculate. But if you put the figure of Slovenia from cardboard and then cut along the national borders, then of course you get the shape of a chicken. And then search the center point with needle, it would remain in balance at the area where Gios is. Okay. The whole project, Gios project, is 32 years old. Yes, and this is how it looks like. This is location at Gios. So, as I already said, this is a technical geodetic point which indicates the center of Slovenia, and it's right here. Here's the capital, Ljubljana, of our country. Now let's see. Gios has also a great symbolic meaning, which has been built for more than 30 years. So it's more than just a technical point. Now let's see how this area looks like. There is a historic park of emblems and the panel with writings. There you can see emblem of Socialist Republic of Slovenia and also emblem of Slovenia, which is used nowadays, current emblem. And there is also the panel, which was erected in 1989 by several mayors. And this panel embodies the spirit which led our country to the independence. And there is, we live on and are masters of our own land. There you can also see, okay, or you don't see, dates of entrance of our country to European Union and also to NATO. And there you can see this panel. Živimo in gospodarimo na svoji zemlji, or as I already said, we live on and are masters of our own land. If you go further, there is also a memorial to Patriot. It was built by Union of Veterans Slovenia, and it was built in gratitude to our ancestors and also contemporaries for gaining independence. It is built of different stones, ornamental stones, and there is also in the middle is a plate which represents an unarmed rider, okay, with two birds as a symbol of peace and friendship among all the nations. If you go further, there is also a linden tree. This is a symbol of Slovenia. And of course, there are also flags flag of Slovenia, flag of European Union, flag of Municipality Litija, flag of Union of Veterans, and of course flag of GEOS. And this symbol on this flag represents the main memorial marker, which also stands at GEOS, and it's from bird's perspective. Okay? Understand?
Yes.
Okay, great. And here we are. This is the main memorial marker. There you can see engraved size, kako se že reče strani? Sorry.
Sides.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
4 sides.
Yeah, sides of the sky with inscribed international symbols. There you can also see our emblem. There are also data of location where GEOS is. And there you can see our current national anthem. And the interesting part about this anthem is that it was written down on this memorial marker 10 years before it became our anthem. Okay?
Lahko poveš, da je napisal to pesem?
Ja, to bom pa povedala. Okay, and now I would like to tell you something about symbolic meaning. It's very important to us, and GEOS, this at first technical point, symbolizes Slovenes being deeply rooted in this area. It symbolizes our resilience and our gaining of independence and peace. And it's Slovenian sanctuary for peace and acceptance, where all Slovenes and also other people are equal and friends. And irrespective of different religious, ideological or other differences. So that is why this area at GEOS is very important for this project, Cross Flight to Freedom. And because this is a Slovenian sanctuary for peace, I would like to invite Anka. And we would like to tell you our special poem named Zdravljica. In English it means a toast. And it was written 150 years ago. It was written by our greatest poet, France Prešeren. And the 7th verse, this one, is written on the memorial marker at GEOS, okay? We also have Italian version, and I don't know where it is. Sorry, but, okay. Just for better understanding, okay? We should read it first, maybe? Sorry, maybe you should read it out loud to hear. Okay, maybe you? Yes, of course, he's a...
Ok, la vendemmia, amici, è finita ed ecco ancora una volta il vino che ristora gli occhi e i cuori tristi, mette il fuoco nelle vene, affoga i dispiaceri ovunque ed evoca speranza dal nulla. A chi con acclamazioni e canti dedicheremo i nostri brindisi? Dio salvi la nostra terra e nazione e tutti gli sloveni, ovunque siano, che abbiano lo stesso sangue e nome e tutti quelli che la gloriosa madre chiama. Lascia che i fulmini dei cieli abbattano e distruggano i nostri peggiori nemici. Ora, così come un tempo fiorì, possa il nostro caro reame crescere in libertà. Le catene del passato che ci legano e ci tengono stretti cadere sull'ultimo dei nostri nemici. Lascia la pace, la piacevole conciliazione, ritorni a noi per tutta la terra. Verso la loro destinazione lascia gli slavi camminare mano nella mano d'ora in avanti. Così ancora regnerà l'onore. Giustizia chiediamo nel nostro dominio. le nostre giovani, la vostra bellezza, fascino e grazia. Non c'è tesoro che eguali le dame di questa razza. I figli porterete, coloro i quali oseranno sfidare i nostri nemici, non importa dove. La nostra speranza, ora, il nostro domani. I giovani, brindiamo e brindiamo con gioia. Nessun velenoso male o dolore potrà il vostro amore per la madrepatria distruggere. Con noi certamente siete chiamati al dovere che vi evoca in quest'ora del bisogno. La benedizione divina su tutte le nazioni che anelano e lavorano per il giorno glorioso, quando nessuna guerra, nessuna sofferenza si incontrerà nel cammino tra le case. Chi desidera vedere che tutti gli uomini liberi, non più nemici, ma vicini siano. Al fin, alla nostra riunione, a noi il brindisi, che risuoni giacché in questa grande comunione, da pensieri di fratellanza siano uniti. Possano gioiosi applausi mai scomparire da tutte le persone di buon cuore riunite qui.
Bravo!
Okay, now it's time for a Slovenian version, okay?
Trte so rodile, prijatelji, vidite nam sladko, ki nam oživlja žile, srce razjasni in oko, ki utopi vse skrbi, po trtih prsih obudi.
Komu naj pred veselo zdravljico bratečmo zapet? Bog našo nam deželo, Bog živi v slovenski svet, brate vse, kar nas je, sinov sloveče matere.
Sovražnike, z oblakov rodu naj naš ga trešči grom. Prost, ko je bil očakal naprej naj bo Slovencev dom. Z robenih roke si spone, ki jim še teži.
Edinost, sreča, sprava, k nam naj nazaj se vrnejo. Otrok, kar ima slava, vsi naj si v roke sežejo. Da oblast in z njo čast, obilnost bodo naša last.
Bog živi vas, Slovenke, prelepe, žlahtne rožice. Ni take mladenke kot naše krvi dekle. Naj si nov zarod nov, iz vas bo strah sovražnikov.
Mladenči, zdaj se pije zdravljica vaša, vi, naš up. Ljubezni domačije nobene vam ne usmrti strup, ker po nas bude vas, jo srčno branit klical čas.
Žive naj vsi narodi, ki hrepenljivo čaka dan, da kodar sonce hodi, prepiri sveta bo pregnan. Da rojak prost bo vsak, ne vrag, le sosed bo mejak.
Nazadnje še, prijatelji, kozarce zase dvignimo, ki smo zato se zbratli, ker dobro v srcu mislimo. Dokaj dni naj živi Bog, kar nas dobrih je ljudi. Na zdravje!
Zdravje!
Cheers!
Salut! Salut!
Salute! Okay, this is just a theory at Geos. But now I would like to invite Lauro, and he is going to show us something very special. Okay, just...
But not with the guitar.
No, without.
Maybe someone else could show us something very special with the guitar.
Maybe.
Okay, my name is Lauro. I also work in Family Theatre Linz, and at this point, at Geos, geometrical center of our country, we host people from all over Slovenia and whomever wants to come to us. And as Tina said, it has a very big symbolic meaning. And everyone who comes there, we teach them a magic. Okay? And now I'm going to teach this magic to you. And this magic is very special magic because it's really the only magic in the world which is working right. And which is the real magic. And if everybody would do this magic, we could change the world. Okay? Are you prepared to teach, to learn? Okay, first,
Okay, guys.
you do like this. Because for this magic we don't need any special wands or special powders. Just special move and special words, okay? Now, we go like this. Our hands go up. Our hands go like this. And this. And then we lift our palms and twist them and across them. And now, very special move. Everybody
hug yourself like this. And do like this. Yeah. And now for the magic words. If you're a boy, you say, well, in Slovene we have two genders also in our language, but I'm speaking in English, so don't listen now. You just say to yourself, I love myself.
I love myself.
Yeah. And this is only the first part of the magic, right? Because at first you have to love yourself. But then you shake your hands and you find a friend. Someone who is... yeah. And we stand like this. And now the second part of the magic. If someone wants a girl,
I'm a girl. Okay, come on now.
okay? We do like this.
Okay.
First we look into each other's eyes.
Come here, come here.
Threesome is good. Threesome is okay.
Yes, threesome.
Lui è la donna. È la donna.
Okay. We will take turns. First look into each other's eyes and say hello. Or buongiorno. And then our hands go up like this. Only hands. And then we'll take a step closer. And closer. And we start doing magic like this. And the magic words, I love you. But it doesn't mean we're in love. We just love each other, okay? And we have to practice, right? So let's start practicing.
Yeah, we have practiced already. Geniale, la cosa è geniale. Io ho dato, Hai capito? Siamo va bene. Italian. Okay. I love you.
I say Radite.
I love Ho capito? Io sono astemio, me non ho fatto.
Okay, I love you also you too.
Latte, mom, yeah. She said you can. Latte, mom, less love. It's like casual. That's good. Yeah. No, but c'è sta. Yeah.
We also have
Okay, stop.
stop loving each other.
Okay.
That's what's nice. Slovenes, we also have a song that perfectly describes this magic. And the song is about loving ourselves and loving each other. The lyrics is very simple, mi se imamo radi. And it means that we love each other, that we love ourselves, but at the same time in Slovenian language it also means that we love ourselves and we love each other. You have, this song is written also in Italian languages in your publications where you have the magic written.
Okay.
Yeah.
Magic, yeah.
This song goes like this. And also with this song you have to do a magic move. You do your hands go up and across the neighbor's shoulders. Mi se m'amorati, 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 mi se Now our Anka, our leader at the back, has something to say also.
Ja, samo še nekaj besed.
Just a few words.
Tako kot je že Tina prej povedala,
as Tina said before,
naše središče Slovenije ni samo geografski pojem.
She wants to make a strong point that our center of Slovenia is not just a geographical point, yeah, but
ampak je to srce Slovenije.
This is a symbolic heart of Slovenia.
In mi smo si na nek način zadali nalogo.
We are trying to
da to srce utripa za vse nas. Ne samo v Sloveniji, ampak tako kot je naš pesnik rekel, za vse narode, ki nas obkrožajo.
And we are trying to make this heart not just our own, just Slovene heart, but heart of all people. For all nations. That everybody is equal on Geos. Yeah.
In tako se je rodila čarovnija, ki je posebnega pomena, da se lahko ta ljubezen udejanja.
And therefore this magic became a real reality, that we could share this love with everybody, and no matter what language or race or religion, magic is working everywhere.
Ni patentno zaščitena, zato jo vsi skupaj uporabljamo čim bolj.
It's not protected by copyrights, so use it freely. If you sell it, okay. Thank you.
Thank you for the magic.
Now I have shown it, but you must use it now.
For
When
sure.
you come to Slovenia, we will repeat it.
Okay, we will do.
Okay?
We will do.
You have to learn Italian.
Oh yeah, we will teach.
Okay, you have Italian translation here. Yes, yes.
Do you all know the crow's flight? I'll make again the crow's flight means and what is motivation for our project. During the Second World War, the Allied soldiers were imprisoned in camps. And the Germans had camps near Marienborg, the second largest city. And there were around 100 prisoners. And at one point, they decided to escape. And what is amazing about that usually they escape one group. But what can happen that the whole camp escaped. And this is unique in that context, it's unique in all the Second World history. And in Europe, the whole camp escaped, and this was, you can believe, At that time, German Wehrmacht army were not so happy about that. But then they came to the liberated area, and they took 250 kilometers on foot. This way lasted for 2 weeks, 14 days. And all this way where they were escaping and bypassing the German soldiers, there were some points, most important, crossing the river. They get help for food, informations, and for sleeping from the civilian population. And what is amazing, the civilian population helped the soldiers and prisoners, fugitives that came from New Zealand, Australia, England and France to the people that they don't know. They were completely foreigners. And what this tells us about, in the context of international friendship, that you could, nevertheless, at that time was war, and this is the one story of history, that people in the tragedy helps each other with altruistic acts. And when they came to the Semič, the Ally plane took them, and they fly to Bari, and from there they come get home all around the world. And they came home live and happy. A very short version. This story is not known largely, that's why we want to promote this story international and also in Slovenia. But how it happened? With that, Anka will help me because she's one important figure in all of the story of the project. But of the context, fugitives, when they came to Bari, they signed that they wouldn't talk about the story. So it was silent for more than 50 years. After the 50 years, Ralph Churches wrote a book called Crow's Flight to Freedom. From there is the name. And so the story came known, and how this came back and alive, this project and what we wanted to do, International Day. This is this is the footage before they came home, and also the cover up from the book. This was translated in Slovenia. This is Ralph Churchill when he came to war, and this is in the year 1998 when he came back.
Lahko, ja. To lahko jaz povem, da ne boš to prevajati. Ker Vedernjak lahko.
Ralph Churchill's, the author of the book, came 4 times to Slovenia Park. Before, after the war, with all people that helped get correspondence. Correspondence. Thank you. By letters to the people that helped during the escape. And why this event will be taken on the Gales, where you saw the presentation before that, because they stayed on the Gales for 1 day before they crossed the Save River. So it's in that point, and also the Gales is a symbol of the heart of friendships, goes together with the story of the Crow's Flight. So this is the Gales, where the Ralph Churches was there in 1990. And also Laszlo in 85, and so on. This is born in Save River. Peter Svetik is the author of the Geos.
To bi mogoče preskočil. Ja, tole.
Okay, that's one.
No, zgodba našega projekta pa se začenja z Edvardom Vedernjakom, čisto slučajno.
And the story about the project Crow's Flight starts with that guy, Edward Vedernjak.
Edvard Vedernjak je po poklicu inženir, ki je čisto izven tega svojega poklica spremljal svojo hčerko v Švico.
Edward Vedernjak by profession, he's the engineer. And at one time, he went together with his daughter to the Switzerland.
Njegova hčerka je pomembna operna pevka.
His daughter is famous opera singer.
In v Švici ima veliko prijateljev, ki so se zvečer po neki premieri pogovarjali o Sloveniji v času druge svetovne vojne.
His daughter has a lot of friends in Switzerland, and after one premiere show, there is evening, and they talked about Slovenia and the role in the Second World War.
Pogovarjali so se o tem, da je Slovenija mala dežela in da za splošen dobrobit izida v drugi svetovni vojni ni naredila nobene velike stvari.
They talked about that, the Swiss, that Slovenia is a small country and didn't contribute nothing to the end and victory of the Second World War.
Se pravi, za splošno dobrobit.
In a common sense for humanity in general, that they just liberate themselves, go to Yugoslavia and so on, but they didn't do nothing for the mankind.
Edvarda Vedernjaka je to zelo razjezilo na nek način.
Edvard Vedrnak wasn't so delighted about that.
In ko se je vrnil v Slovenijo, je začel raziskovati.
And when he came back, he started to search the history.
In tako je naletel na Zgodovinskem inštitutu na zgodbo o Vranovem letu, ki smo jo že prej slišali.
On the Institute of History, he found the story about the crow's flight.
Ki smo pač prej slišali, to resnično zgodbo. In odločil se je, da jo bo objavil in da bo seznanil javnost s to zgodbo.
So then he decided to publish that story and to make this story more public, in common sense.
Da bi iz nje naredil projekt prijateljstva.
So from this story would be built the project of friendship.
Res je to naredil, ampak on je naredil projekt poti, ki so jo prehodili v tej zgodbi udeleženci pobega.
2005 je začel s projektom.
2007.
In the year 2007 he started the project, and one part of the project is the hiking trail that goes on the one part of the escaped road near Geos that they took. On this part, the idea is to become official part and also the European hiking part.
Evropska pot. Tako je nastala evropska pot prijateljstva.
That's how it became the European hiking road of friendship.
Ki še pridobiva na pomembnosti. Zaenkrat so celo pot prehodili, mislim, 3 ali 4. Celo to pot ponovno.
Now of this road is the initiative to become more important and also the widespread.
Vendar, ko je pač podrobno preštudiral to zgodbo, je Edvard Vedernjak ugotovil, kako pomembna točka je bila na Geosu.
During the research I found how important point was at Geos.
Obiskal je naše gledališče, mi pač delujemo na tem področju.
At that time he visited family theatre Tkolenc, especially Anka, because he's active in this area.
In je navdušeno pripovedoval o svojem delu in je želel tudi, da se tudi mi vključimo v to zgodbo.
He was very invigorated about the story and about the activities of theatre and invite the theatre to be involved in the project.
In tako iz tega srečanja nastal mednarodni dan prijateljstva v zavezništvu na Geosu Vranov letu Svoboda.
And from that meeting came the idea that an international day of friendship would be taken at Geos.
Že v istem letu, v letu 2008,
And then in the
smo se
same
prvič
year,
sestali.
2008 was the first meeting.
Od leta 2009 pa imamo vsako leto na Geosu prireditev.
And the ceremony at Geos about International Day of Friendship Cross Fight to Freedom is at Geos.
Ki je posvečena prijateljstvu z željo, da postane srečanje mednarodno.
It is dedicated to the friendship with the wish and vision to become international.
Od takrat naprej smo se tudi prijavljali na najrazličnejše razpise in lani končno uspeli, da pač lahko naš praznik postane res mednarodni.
From that time, from the project, I'm trying to apply it to calls, especially for. I want to translate, but I must tell the story because Anka is a little bit shy. The idea that the project came international and widespread is from Anka, from that meeting. And she is the first one to make an initiative that we put this project not just at Geos and in Slovenia, but to become international and also then as a movement to build a network and connect all the people from all around for the friendship. And from that time, it's the idea for to become international, and they were trying to apply it. And last year was successful from the European Union. That was the third time of application.
Tako?
Da se je
Ja,
trikrat,
ja, trikrat, ja. To je pravzaprav na kratko cela zgodba oziroma vsa zgodovina projekta Vranov let v svobodo.
This is on the short version of the history of the project Crow's Flight.
Zamisel je pa takšna, da se najprej srečamo, tako kot danes, v izbrani državi.
The idea is to have a meeting, as we have it today.
In na koncu skupno, bi rekla, skupno spoznavanje zaključimo z umetniškim dejanjem na Geosu.
And that we end on the final event with all acknowledgements, with artistic acts at the Geos Point.
Ja.
On the 14th
Podrobnosti
September.
sledijo jutri, zato pač o tem ne bi nadolgo.
Okay, and the details how
V
to
delavnici.
implement this final day in September, how it looked like, how we connect each other is going to be tomorrow in the workshop.
To je to, hvala.
Thank you. That's it, more or less about the official part of the project. So, any questions?
Let's go party.
I said questions, but I agree.
Let's go party.